Check. And I guess we're back. Welcome back to DJFM, whatever shit show that I've decided to put together this week or this month, depending on if I've even decided to upload an episode this week, this time around. There's a good chance that it's just the first time, and I'm like, I think it's about time. It's a good call. It's a good timing. I don't think there had been another time for me to want to sit down and record. I have like other episodes that I just haven't published yet because I'm just lazy as fuck. Or I forget about it and I'm like, oh, I want to record it. But they will never see the light of day because it's just, I forgot about them. I lost them on my computer somewhere. They got deleted. But we're trying to get them out slowly. Doesn't matter because nobody fucking listens to this shit. So I don't know why I'm playing. But the biggest thing that I have seen, or the biggest thing besides all the craziness that is happening in the world, we went and saw the Thunderbolts trailer movie from Marvel that just came out like probably about 3 weeks ago, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was a kind of a refreshing take on the comic books and Marvel itself. It seemed like it was trying to push itself back into more of what they used to do instead of before they veered off and of all these other crazy adventures and struggling to push out all these characters. I thought it was funny. Red Guardian definitely took the cake for me for when I was watching the movie, but it felt refreshing. Dude, it seemed like I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do with the last like 5 movies they put out. Like Spider-Man, yeah, it was okay. Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine, it felt like they were getting back to where they were. And then the TV shows and the cancellations and them redoing everything for Doctor Doom and dipping out on the Kane the Conqueror storyline and trying to figure out what the fuck to do next. It was a movie that was, I feel like it was starting to come out, they put their release dates on it, and nobody expected anything from it. That's probably another big thing. Like, I walked into the movie and I didn't expect shit. I saw the trailers. I didn't really see the trailers. I saw like breakdowns. I saw some of the movie posters. I understood what the movie was supposed to be about, or kind of the nuance of what it was. But when they started wrapping up like publicity for it and started doing a lot more tours and stuff, I started to check out. I'm like, I don't want to know. Like, don't say too much. I don't want to be overhyped about a movie that could be a shit show. But the good thing, it wasn't a fucking shit show. It was actually kind of decent. I did get some decent laughs when I was watching it. I'm like, it feels better. I think it helps that when the chemistry clicks, it does work a lot better. Like in some of the other stuff they've been doing, they've been forcing characters and just saying, hey, I know you've never met this person before, but never met these guys, but I hope you like them. They'll click eventually. When we get 5 movies down the road and they got no other choice because they're making millions of dollars, like, it will click. It will eventually click. But they clicked in this movie. Like, we've had characters like Red Guardian, and we had, what's her name? But like Black Widow's sister, and then we had Bucky, and we had, who else was it? Oh, the villain from Ant-Man, Ghost, and who else? I think that was it. Oh, and the what's his name? The Walmart Captain America. It was especially when you introduced all of the characters in the beginning and when they came out of, you're like, they're a little tense. They're killers. That's what they are. But then you see this movie, it puts them all in like a different light. You kind of see more of an emotional side of them. You kind of see how it's like the movie. A lot of it was like people coming out of their issues. It kind of seems like what was the big story plot, because especially when you have Sentry, who has his alter ego, and when he gets sad and very depressed, and it tries to take over, so it switches and takes control of this massive super nuclear powered entity. It was a good movie. It's again, this is also the first movie, not again, but this is the first movie that Marvel's come out with that is setting up a bigger plot that will actually come to fruition. Ugh, I can't talk, I can't say words sometimes. But because, I think they were trying to do it with the Ant-Man and the Wasp, or the third Ant-Man movie that came out. They tried to set up like King the Conqueror storyline, but with everything that kind of went down, they had to backtrack and figure out something else to fucking do. But after that, but with this movie, you see the fine prints of it, and something is very much brewing. It's nice that it seems a little different than the other. This seems like more of what the movies in the next phase of Marvel kind of should have been like. And like the stage of what the character is going on. Because, long story short, you come into this movie, and I guess the Captain America Brave New World with the Falcon, that did set up some precedents for storyline in the future, but in a different way. It didn't give us the mass chaos event that everybody's going to be searching for. It gave us, this is the little things that will be happening and will be taking an undertone in the next however fucking many movies they decide to do with it. And it's like this split off between the Avengers. Because in the first Marvel series, like the saga, when we had like the Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, like we had the traditional Avengers. It set up this idea for what the Avengers is, what this team does, what this team exists to be. And then you have all the popularity, the rise to the fame, and they have to disband because of shit that happens, the Civil War, the accords that they put into place. And now there was this time where, like, this lull time, and then everybody's starting to come back around and be like, yeah, but we need them. And you see that gears start to turn and people trying to make nods to the Avengers coming back, and how do you bring these characters back, and what the precedence is onward to reach this goal. And you see, I thought it kind of makes sense because for how they decided to do it, because they started to, right now they have two different Avengers teams. They have the Sam Wilson's team that he is starting to try to put together after Captain America. He met with the commander and was like, they need to come back. There's just threats that are way too powerful for the president, and it's like, you need to bring him back. And so after the movie, he saw what we really need to be done and saw the threat possibilities that are coming out of it. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll make the switch over. We'll start finding the team, bringing them out of the woodworks. And then you see in this movie, you see the other side, the other Avengers starting to come in. The kind of not knockoffs, but not connected to the government. They're doing their own thing, and they want to be. They're kind of connected to the government, but it's like the new kind of Avengers that are coming in. And it's funny because you have this little battle during it of like the branding for Avengers, because it's like, oh, Sam Wilson has tried to do a patent to keep the name Avengers so no one else can use it. It's interesting. I want to see if they can stick the landing for what they're building up. You do see at the end of it, like, Fantastic Four does appear. Not appears, but like it enters the space. The spoiler alert! It enters their space, and they see, and they're like, oh, we gotta go check it out. I don't know what it is, but we should probably go see and make sure it's not going to destroy everything. And so you see the Fantastic Four appear in the movie, and I don't know. It shouldn't have got me excited for the next series, but I do think with everything that's coming out, like especially with the Superman movie and Marvel revitalizing kind of what they can do. I think it's gonna be cool. I think the next stages of like superhero movies, we'll see a cool effect for it. We'll see people probably get back on the bandwagon. You'll actually see competition between DC and Marvel, especially with James Gunn going. But I'm obsessed about this fucking shit. The fact that this is happening. I've been waiting since I was like 5 years old to actually do like not 5, yeah, since I was a kid waiting for DC to come up with a good movie because those comic books are fucking awesome.
That have been dying.
And they in the last every movie DC's come out with, it sucked. And now it's like we have one of the best directors for pop culture, and now he is making these movies, is like setting out the guidelines on how these movies and the storyline that's going to be cut across for every one of these films. And dude, it'll be cool if they can make it a strong competition. It's only you will only be able to see it if they can land it, and only time's gonna really tell. Again, the DC movie hasn't even come out yet for the universe they're trying to build, and I think it comes out in July 2025. We got some time, but you're gonna have to just wait and see, which I'm excited for. I'll sit and wait and see what comes out of it. We got some time. That's the biggest thing I think I'm fucking looking forward to for this year, but I think we'll get through and we'll find some other stuff, but it's going to be cool. The last time I was this excited, I was excited when DC was coming around with their movies. I'm just moving too much shit on my desk. I'm just going to leave it. But they weren't on the same kind of realm, like as a comic book movie feel to them. It just felt like a darker, grittier, which makes sense because those comic books are, but they didn't feel relatable, or not even relatable. They didn't have a comic book feel to them. But in other news, just gonna move on from that like it doesn't exist, as if I wasn't talking about that. But other stuff that's wild recently is that China reveals the world's first AI hospital with 42 AI doctors. Artificial intelligence is continuing to impact society, particularly in healthcare, and as AI doctors are being tested in China. The technology developed by Tsinghua University Institute for AI, I definitely said that wrong. Tsinghua University Institute for AI's industry research includes 42 AI doctors covering 21 departments, and was in what has been named Agent Hospital, as detailed in an AR blog last year. As part of the AI hospital, doctors, nurses, and patients are driven by large language models powered by intelligent agents, which can generate autonomous communication. This model can simulate an closed-loop process for companies' pre-hospital, in-hospital, and post-hospital stages, including illness, onset, tracking, registrations, constitutions, examination, dialogues, prescriptions, or rehabilitations, and follow. Well, I think it's too late. That's kind of what my understanding is, because we're in iRobot now. We are. It was a build-up. People were like, maybe we're not going to get there. Maybe it's going to be. Maybe we'll I was thinking maybe we'll slow this down. Maybe some kind of development will relax a little bit. We'll all catch up. We'll understand what the fuck's going on. But no. We're going to run full steam into it. And I hope you're all buckled up, because the future is now. And if we're not with it, we won't be with it. This is crazy. I don't trust it. The fact that China's going balls deep into the world and going, hey, there's some strong capabilities here. Why don't we test it out, see what we can do? And I'm just like, what? Why? Let's slow down real quick. If we jumped into an AI hospital with like 42 doctors, that will be the least heartwarming place in the world. I'm like, do we trust it? How much do we trust it? We're just gonna let them go off and be like, you know what? We got a doctor. It's AI. You don't got to worry about a single thing. No human contact whatsoever. All those nervous anxieties you get in social interactions, they're not going to have to be a single problem when you go to the doctor. You know why? Because there is no person there. Like, this is the magic of how people actually stop lying to their doctor because it's an AI. It's like, how is that? Is it just because they feel more comfortable about not betraying somebody or feeling like that to get one over on the AI? And it's like no point to now because the AI can just tell when you're lying. It's like, that's not what's wrong with you. You can't walk. Or maybe, or it can just tell that you haven't had, like you've been drinking more than you said you've been drinking. It just sees it in your liver enzymes. And like a normal doctor won't call you out, but since it's an AI doctor and has no emotional standing or like emotion or cues for interaction with a human being, it's just like, you're lying. That might honestly might help some people. If you just go, if it's stop, this is their way people will stop lying to their doctor, is if it's China reveal is the fact that there's an AI hospital because they can't lie anymore. It might help with hypochondriacs though too. It's like the people who freak out a shit ton when they go to the hospital or have anxiety, it just eases them out because it's just pure facts. It just instantly puts them at ease. It's like, oh, but you're just freaking out. How about you calm down, get back to center, and go back about this. But who is the brainchild behind the idea of, oh, we're gonna just have AI doctors? Like we're gonna open up an AI hospital. We're not gonna have. Is anybody looking over it or is in charge of this shit? Because if you just let a bunch of AI doctors run rampant and it's entirely automated, like that's a little bit sketchy. Like maybe we should have a one person there, just making sure like the user experience is good. They don't even have to be a doctor, just some guy that knows how the code works in the system. That if an AI just jumps ship, they know. Maybe we should just calm it down a little bit. And when it gets too out of hand and just starts cutting limbs off people and taking over their bodies because they got chips in their head already, maybe you just maybe have somebody there who can pull the plug and not get it too far out of hand. Would that be too much to ask for? Personally, I think it's sketchy. Like, we should slow down real quick. Like, I get this was coming. Like AI hospitals were probably just on the brink of happening. But we could have waited, I don't know, 5 more years? Like, you could have given me 5 more years. Like, this AI shit just started to hit the open market, like, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? And now we're running out being like, all right, don't worry, we got hospitals being built and we're testing. And they'll be ready for the public soon. I'm like, whoa. Like, they might be ready for the public, but is the public ready for them? Like, I think that's another question. Like, if that's the big thing, then what are we doing? I think we need to slow down. So just slow down real quick. Let's not put so much faith into a robot that we lose, I don't know, track of being human. That's my biggest worry. Like we're gonna get so self-reliant on this like technology, this advancement, that we forget how to free think and do our own thing, and kind of we just become so stuck in a cycle that we can't break out of it. Which is gonna happen. Like with the moment AI makes things so easy that people have to stop thinking on their own, they'll do it. They'll take it. You already see people doing the same thing for ChatGPT when they're just searching for facts. Like it could be anything. Like, I don't know, is the Prime Minister of was it Argentina's? Is it Argentina or Brazil? Wife a man? It'll tell you no. Ooh, now I'm interested. Which leader, country, significant is a woman. States vice president. No. Oh, Emmanuel Macron. French president. It was the French president. I was right the first time. So that was a sidetrack and a half. Because I was like, oh, I was gonna say something like pretending like to divert from a fact, but couldn't think of it. So that's just dead. And I guess we'll move on now. This just scares the fuck out of me. Like if we took a chill pill and waited for like 5 years, see if it's all right, see if it works, send some crazy test people in there, see if they know what the fuck they're doing, and then we come back to it. Like we get a couple up and running, get some testing going. I think we can be on board, but I'm not for sure going to use it for another 10 years until I know it's good. But also, there's something about having a person there who can like have interaction and talk, even when you feel so terrified. Because a hospital is a scary place. And if you're just having interactions with a robot, you don't have any. You're not gonna get comforted. You're not gonna help someone like ease your anxieties. It might increase them. It's like, oh shit, and if the power goes out, and you're in the middle of like a surgery or something, and the AI, you gotta make sure you're ready with generators. Otherwise, you got people who are waking up halfway through surgery, and it's not looking well. That's how you get a lawsuit pretty quickly. And who are they gonna sue? The robot? I would for sure. I would for sure sell the robot. But China's always been doing crazy shit. Definitely should check in on them more, make sure that they're doing ethical shit. But I wonder how many people are gonna test this in that country. If that was in America, I feel like a lot of people would just like see how well it is. Not like use it permanently, but like at least go there once or twice. But like, dude, countries are just going crazy. Like, have all this other crazy shit going on. I feel like it's been the Middle East for sure. It's just been going crazy too for the last year and a half, 2 years. Again, my segue into this is just choppy as fuck. And like, the only add on to the fire of all the craziness that's going on, and I guess the Middle East couldn't keep their fingers off the rocket button long enough, because Pakistan and India have decided to launch rockets at each other. Like, they've been in feuding conflict for years, and I guess tensions have finally like escalated to a point too so quickly that they just started launching rockets at each other. And that's a little scary. Like, why are we having letting two nuclear powers just shoot off things? But honestly, dude, this is like a hot issue, because they're like, oh no, we'll launch rockets off. We'll just play with each other for a day. And then like U.S. steps in and tries to negotiate a peace treaty. They end up negotiating a peace treaty, and then I think less than 48 hours, they just start launching rockets at each other again. They're like, oh no, we can't do what Israel did to Palestine. We gotta make sure we gotta take care of our people. Put them first. We shouldn't. Why? We shouldn't be throwing rockets. Let's have like a peace deal, like a ceasefire. Look out for our people. And then 48 hours later, they just shoot rockets off at each other again. Like, it's like they couldn't settle their issue. Like, guys, you gotta put a lid on it. We gotta chill out. We don't gotta start just launching shit so quickly. And yeah, it's a messy issue. And I guess the reason is like India in that country has always been like segregated against Pakistanis, and like Pakistani and India. They've always had like a feuding, like rivalry. And they just like, it's not their best time to, you know, start launching shit. Like maybe we take another, I don't know, take a chill pill, take a step back. Just like the AI stuff. Why don't we wait like 5 years and see if this is still justifiable? The funny thing is, though, it's, like, you can see like, this is one of those incidences where Trump's like, oh, we got to get in there. I got to broker this peace deal. You don't. You let them kick it out. I think they're more than capable adults. They figured out that they needed a peace deal in less than 48 hours. I don't think you jumping in there being like, oh, I did this. I was like, no, I don't think you did. I think he probably stepped in and realized, don't worry. He probably came out and was like, don't worry. We'll get over there and we'll start like brokering something so that it can cease fire. And they were just like, shit. We don't want this crazy orange motherfucker coming over here and acting like he can run shit. Like, don't give him that satisfaction. The moment this crazy man gets that satisfaction, he's running with it. Or no, he's going to be telling the whole world that he's the best negotiator in the fucking world. Well, it's like not. I don't know if it's true or not. Because this man just says crazy shit and just acts like it's okay. Like he just did it. I was like, did you do it? Or did you take a stroll, said a racial slur, made fun of him for a little bit, and then he just got sick of you and went on his own path? Dude, it's crazy. Like, it's a hot issue in the Middle East. And people are just walking around. Where are the protesters for this? Where are the people who are freaking out about this? Where are they all at? Like, I think this might be a little bit of a fucking harder issue to bend on and not freak out about than Ukraine and Israel. Like, I'm gonna be honest. The people they're attacking can't go turn around and push a nuclear button. The moment that these two countries actually fluster out and freak and decide to push the button, they're fucked. They're gonna kill the entire Middle East. And what are we gonna do? Like, I feel like that's probably a more dire. Like, yeah, we wiped out half the entire population in Palestine, but like we should probably worry about the dude who has his fingers hovering over the button, just looking for any instinction to let shit rip. And I think I read something. It was like the excuse that it was either India or Pakistan gave for firing rockets. It was like, you guys are the only ones our rockets can reach. You can't just fire at anybody else. You are the target. Like, just because your rockets aren't just going that far doesn't mean you gotta start launching shit. So maybe go out and look for a peace deal. Maybe not turn around and just start blowing rockets up, either over or on their land or country, so we can just to rile them up. That's really what it seems like. They just started throwing bombs at each other just to see if they can rile each other up and what could happen. See if they can get any other upper hand on the country next to them. This is crazy. Let's not. Let's take it. Let's again. Maybe we should all just take a step back, not rush into things. Again, we have a president who just likes to rush into things, but that doesn't mean everybody else should. We could probably find peace. Probably not too. I think that's gonna be a harder struggle. But I think that the hardest thing is, like, everybody wants us to step in. I'm like, I don't think we should step in to anything unless it's needed and we see a hard ending where it's not going to come back on track. We need to let these countries kind of figure out their peace treaties on their own and figure out how to build truce and to have these allies, because they're bordering countries. And the moment it seems like we step in there and start to broker peace deals and try to make things better, tensions rise, and we're never going to make a good guy. Like, even in World War II, when we broke the peace deal, like, Germany was broken or World War I, Germany was broken for a long time. And they weren't happy. then you could just see it was the build up and then the top over to World War II because they felt like they were been cheated out of. Even though it's a pun, like we can't keep just stepping in. You have to like let them figure it out. They might never figure it out. That is the other side of the coin. But just because they can't figure it out on their own, to step in and to paint a bigger target on our backs. Like I don't even know if we're this big a superpower anymore. But I know we have a whole lot of weight in the world, and to shove it and push it and to make other countries bend to the will of who we are, I don't think that's the right case. Because then you just start making more enemies. And with egos and people's tendencies to wanting to prove that they're not someone who's worth stepping on or trying to get to the next level, it's probably better choice like kind of just to let it be. But again, our president is kind of egotistical and wants to kind of take things into his own hand. And you can see how cocky this crazy motherfucker is. There's not many people in this world that will go out and make a meme coin when they're the president of the United States. It's crazy. I want to pull that up too. Trump meme coin price. Because this was it a couple days before he even went into office, or weeks when he went into office, he was because and he just dropped it. He was like, and it was during the hype that everybody was purchasing these coins, and a lot of people like the Hacktua chick were like fleecing people for money. They're making like millions of dollars, and I bet you he was like, "Oh, dude, I can do that. It's not that hard. I've scammed people out of money. Come on, let me give it a try." Like, well, sure. See what he can do. And the moment he got in office, it's just been fucking dropping. But no one else would be thinking like, I'm just making a meme coin. Everybody else is like, oh, it'd be fun. And then like fleece people out of millions of dollars. Like that's the whole scam of these things. And it's wild. I think the biggest, like the craziest thing, because he's been trying to like publish it out and build noise for it to kind of help gain. I think he's been doing it to help kind of gain publicity for it and like popularity, because the second he got in office, it like dropped about like 100%, like probably 98%. He's been doing like everything to get this thing kind of like going off and people to invest in it. It's like because somewhat top buyers of sponsored crypto, an exclusive dinner with the president. How do you have this time? That's what I want to know. How do you have so much time in your day that you could be like, I got you, don't worry. I gotta have a sit down dinner with my meme investors. It's very, very important. If I don't, they get antsy, and I promise them. It's like, you have shit to do. Aren't you supposed to be like watching the free world or kind of have an idea of what is supposed to be going on? Or like brokering peace treaties and stopping the war in the Middle East? And like working on deportations? Like, let's take a chill. Let's not worry about your global enterprise for a second. Let's get this straight. I want you to probably start paying attention to. It's like you're the president of the United States. You should have. Like you shouldn't be having sit down dinners with your top crypto investors for a meme coin. I can't imagine the kind of people who are investing in this cryptocurrency, especially since all of this has been a scam for the last 6 months. The people have, especially influencers, have just been building these meme coins out and then like fleecing all the people who are purchasing it. And I'm just curious of like who's been doing it, because I know I've read some stuff about it. That's like one company that kind of has been building these cryptocurrencies, and they've been getting it on the ground floor, kind of been cashing out before they've dropped. So I have all these investments coming in, and then by the time the coin like hits the market, they take all the money out, or they pull all their money so they can kind of get the highest price point for the coin, and then the coin just never recovers because the amount of people that are on the ground floor and putting in the money, they're fucked. They'll lose it all. But why invest in it? Why create it? What is your game plan here? Trying to make another collectible that people can get hard for? It's kind of like to me it seems like it's kind of like the shoes that he made. See how fast he can get people to purchase it or flip them around. Because his shoes sold out within 30 minutes? They were quicker than Comic-Con tickets being sold. So anything he probably touches and makes would be the easiest thing for him to sell. The dude's a walking meme. Yeah, again, he's the president of the United States. Should he be doing other shit? Yes. Does he have other priorities and things about leading the fucking free world? Yeah, he does. But this man is a walking meme. And he understands this completely. And he does not give a fuck. He'll do whatever it takes and do whatever it is to kind of keep his name buzzing. And it's insane. The thing I do find funny about this meme coin is that people on the left are going after him because they like this idea that leaders in other countries are investing in this meme coin. You're like, okay. They want to get on the Trump bandwagon too because they know that he can flip shit. And even though it's losing right now, it's the last time this motherfucker's going to be president. I think we'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. I think that coin's going to go up again because people are going to be rooting for him, and then he's going to have The Apprentice come back on, and we're all going to love him. Be the heart of America. Just the beating heart of America. I honestly think it's hysterical. The fact that he decided to make a meme coin and then see people get flustered about it, like some of the senators, you're like, you don't understand what this is. This is actually like a culture problem. And if he can make this meme coin, see, that's the great. People are like, oh, he's gonna make. Also, like, there's this issue with people bringing up in the meme coin, but it's also they are freaking out like he's gonna transition our currency to be backed by crypto. So it might not be a bad idea, but he's not gonna use Trump coin. You'd be the dumbest motherfucker in the world to use Trump coin to back the American currency. It is not a steady in an encrypted, coded, limited supply of coin. It's not Bitcoin. It is a different concept of cryptocurrency. It is basically anybody can produce it. They can put it on a scale. They can put it and they just code it into what the trade value is. But there isn't a permanent finite amount. There isn't something people can create these much easier from thin air and pump it into the system. It's not a coin like crypto, like Bitcoin that has like a certain finite of how much can be actually created out of the coin. So I don't really get why people are freaking out. I mean, they probably are freaking out because it's Trump, which is totally fair. Not really, but you gotta let some of it go. The dude is doing shit, kinda, and he does dumb shit. When you're president of the United States, you do dumb shit because you think you're funny, especially when you think you're the funniest man in the room. Like, he's the last president. There's not been many presidents who have been sitting out on stage giving his speeches and trying to make jokes and roasting the competition. Usually it's like more of a subtle jabs and more assholery. So like making a meme coin that I honestly think is funny. He probably did to rile people up. Trying to get people pissed off. Because if there's anything he's good at, it's fucking that. That and broking deals. Because he is Fuck, I forgot the name of the show. I just said the name of the show. How did I forget the name? I don't know. Well, we're going to end with that because that's going to just draw a blank in my entire the rest of the thing. Hopefully I can come back with another show before the month's over. But it's a lot. That's probably not going to happen. Bye-bye.